Go ahead and call the meeting to order. And we'll go ahead and dismiss Tate Davis. He's out of town today, so he won't be joining us. We're going to stand and do our pledge, and the Truman team's going to lead us in that.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Now is the appropriate time for visitors in the audience to be recognized and to speak on items both on the agenda and of general concerns to the patrons of the Green River Schools. There will be a limit of 3 minutes for an individual and 5 minutes for a group spokesperson. No speaker shall speak more than twice on any issue. The board is legally obligated to maintain confidentiality concerning district personnel, and therefore matters concerning district personnel will not be discussed. Do we have anyone tonight? Okay, we'll move on. First, we have recognition of the All-State Girls Basketball participants. Coach Landon.
Good evening, Superintendent Behringer and School Board. Thank you for the opportunity tonight to recognize these young ladies. First and foremost, I just want to say it was a really exciting year, being my first year in winning regionals for the first time in 27 years. And I couldn't have done it without, there's 4 of them, 2 of them came tonight, but obviously all the credit goes to these guys. So I know you'll appreciate, we have a lot going on. Coach Carroll's not here for his 45-minute comedy tour. So he wanted me to let you know, sorry that you guys are disappointed. You're stuck with me. First up is Sophia. She was all conference in the 4A West. One of her highlights this season, she had 19 rebounds in a game that was the second highest total in all of 4A. She was second in 4A West in rebounds. She was top 10 in the state. She was top 10 in the state in blocks as well. She was the top in 4A West for field goal percentage, third in all of 4A. Just to kind of go over what Sophia scored last season, she had 106 points and 87 rebounds. This year she had 203 points and 210 rebounds. So vast improvement, which speaks volumes to her work ethic and how much time she put in this summer. She actually was on she was honorable mention All-State. She was on the list. And so I'm looking forward to the things that she can do next season for us. And I know All-State is in reach of her goals. And I really couldn't say enough about Sophia as a student and player. Like I said, she has a tremendous work ethic. She's always bugging me to get in the gym or work extra. So she's already a pretty darn good player in my eyes, and she wants to work and be even better next year. So I'm excited for the future for her. Addison Demaray was another all-conference one for us. So in 4A West, she was top 10 in assists. In all of 4A, she was first in block shots. In 4A West, she was first in 3-point percentage. She was second in all of 4A. Addie had a great 4-year career for us. She leaves a big hole to fill for our team. She's one of the smartest kids as far as basketball IQ I've ever coached. She has a school record and blocks in a game for 12. She beat her mom's record for blocks in a season at 99 last year. She ended her career 226 blocks, second only to her mother. So like I said, she is a great shooter, another kid that spends hours and hours in the gym, and it shows. I wish she had an Achilles injury all year. I think it'd have been nice to see if she was healthy all year. The more that she could have done. But I mean, to play with an injury like that all year and have the year that she did, especially being all conference, speaks volumes to the type of kid that she is. All right. Next up is Nicole Wilson. Nicole was all conference, all state, and the 4A West Defensive Player of the Year. And I think Coach Dewey, because she's smarter about the things on Instagram, one of those social media things, she was named the YO Varsity all of basketball 1 through 4A Defensive Player of the Year as well. So that's a pretty good deal. Nicole's totals for this year were 327 points, 214 rebounds, and 90 steals. So just a kind of comparison from as a freshman last year, she had 138 points, got 327. She had 800 or excuse me, 88 rebounds, 214 this year. She had 48 steals and 90. She was second in our team in steals only to Issa. So for the 4A West, she was top 5 in scoring, first in rebounds, which says a lot being a guard, top 10 in assists, third in steals, second in blocks, third in field goal percentage. She was top 10 in scoring of all of 4A, third in rebounding, top 10 in steals, third in blocks, and top 10 in field goal percentage. Again, Nicole had a tremendous year. Just seeing her growth, sometimes I forget how young she is because I've coached her sisters and she's been on the bench holding the board, running around, asking me for a basketball every time out and halftime. So sometimes I cut her a little slack. I forget she's still pretty young. To have the year that she did was just, again, speaks to her work ethic and the time that she puts in. Her mom will speak. Their vacations are planned around if there's a basketball court somewhere that she can go practice. She's not worried about a pool or anything like that. She wants to make sure she's not missing any time to get better. When I was at the all conference meeting, to be defensive player of the year in our conference, which was pretty good, speaks volumes to her. You know, as a guard, if you're leading the 4A West in rebounding and you're third in the state and blocks, and there's times she does things in a game where even the coaches look at me and they're like, holy cow. So it speaks to the amount of respect that those coaches have for her. And I couldn't be more proud of all the time and effort she puts in. And it really showed this year the improvement from last year to this year. And she has 2 more years. She's in reach of some records if she keeps this up. So very proud of Nicole. And last up, I think Issa is at soccer practice. She was all conference, all state in the 4A West player of the year. We did pretty good at all conference meetings for sure. So Issa scored 452 points, which was second in the total 4A this year. And then I have to check. From what I saw today, that might be a school record for points scored in a season. So I kind of just what we were looking at. She had 119 steals. Again, just by my rough record looking up, I believe that is a school record for steals in a season. She had 92 assists. So again, she's another one I just want to point out. She had 207 points last year, 96 rebounds, 75 steals, and 44 assists. So another one that kind of doubled up on what she was doing. She has 834 points for a career, so I assume she will be our next 1,000-point scorer next year. She is 79 steals away from our school record in a career, which if she has a season like she did this year, she'll achieve that. She was first in scoring in the 4A West, top 10 in rebounding, second in assists, first in steals, top 10 in blocks, top 5 field goal percentage, and top 5 free throw percentage. In all of 4A, she was second in scoring, top 5 in assists, first in steals, and top 10 for free throw percentage. She ended up right at the end of state tournament, averaging 18 points a game. I told a couple of the radio guys that Issa last year was a good athlete and a decent basketball player, and she decided this summer she wanted to put in a ton of time. And at the beginning of the school year, she put countless hours in on the shooting machine and just wanting to get better. Her left hand was something she really didn't have last year. So credit to her for wanting to put in the time to be a great basketball player. And that was something that was emphasized with the other coaches, not only in the 4A West, but at all state meetings, that Issa developed into a phenomenal basketball player and not just an athlete. And again, all 4 of them, I couldn't be more proud. We wouldn't have the success we did without them. So I just wanted to thank them for their contributions to this team. And they're all great students. They are great with our younger kids. They're tremendous leaders on and off the court. So we don't have team success without kids like this in our program. So that's what I have. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Great job. Next, we have recognition of the All-State Boys Basketball.
Thank you. Good evening, Madam Chair, Superintendent Behringer, and trustees. Thank you for the opportunity to recognize a student athlete from our basketball program, Hunter Lake. I'm honored to speak on behalf of Coach Ivy. She was not able to be here this evening due to work commitments in Riverton. Hunter has been a valuable contributor at the varsity level for 3 years. His skill set has been an asset to our team. This season, he earned all conference honors, a recognition of his performance over his entire career. As our leader in assists, steals, and our second leading scorer, Hunter made an impact on both ends of the floor. He's a standout. He had 7 made three-pointers against Laramie, which was the second most in 4A this season. He finished in 5th in the conference in assists per game, which highlights his playmaking ability. Hunter approached each practice and game with focus and effort. His competitive drive helped raise the level of those around him. His growth and consistency over 3 seasons has made a strong mark on our program, and we're proud to recognize him for his all-conference achievement. Hunter Lake.
Congratulations. Next, we have recognition of the All-State Boys Swimming participants. Coach Seeloff.
Tall and tall guys. All right. All right. Thank you for allowing me to come this evening and introduce these amazing kids. It's my honor to celebrate the incredible achievements of our student athletes who have earned all conference and all state honors this season. These students represent not only excellence in the pool, but are also values of hard work, dedication, and teamwork that I think we hold dear in our school and in our communities. So I'd like to take a moment to recognize the outstanding accomplishments of these kids, earning all conference and all state teams. They were awarded all state, all conference, but these kids, they put in a lot of time and effort. You guys know I've talked about this a lot when I come up here about the hours they put in the morning, the hours they put in the afternoon. We're working out somewhere around 4 hours a day, traveling 2 days it seems like every weekend. We leave on a Friday and we get home on a Saturday night. So they put in a lot of time and an effort, keep up on their grades and just doing the right things. And so I think they do a great job representing Green River. So with that, I'm going to introduce them. And I'll start off with, let's go in order, Vance. All right. Vance is right here. And Vance was a member of, he earned all conference honors because he was a member of our championship 400 freestyle relay, did a great job at conference, was very important part of our state team this year, placed in the top 12 at state in his events, and just did an absolute great job. And we're really proud of his accomplishments, and his improvement has just been amazing this year. So I can't wait to see what he does next year. So that's Vance. Next I'll go to Colin, and it'll take me a couple minutes. I got to make sure that I got everything written down. So Colin was he earned all conference, all state. He was conference athlete of the meet. He was conference athlete of the year. He was a conference champion in the 200 freestyle, has a conference record in that event. He was a conference champion in the 100 freestyle, has a conference record in that event. He was the conference champion in the 400 freestyle relay, also has a conference record. He was second at conference in the 200 free relay. He was second place at state in the 200 free. He was the state champion in the 100-yard freestyle. He has a pool record in the 100 freestyle, has the pool record for Green River, pool record in the 200 freestyle relay, and just did an amazing job this year, and just really proud of his improvements. He was a distance swimmer. I don't know if you guys remember that from last year. He swam all our distance events, and this year he said, I want to be a sprinter. And I said, okay, let's see what we can do. And we did it, and just did a fantastic job. So really proud of his accomplishments this year too. Did I forget anything? Okay. All right. My next one is Andrew Neer. And Andrew was also part of our relays, earned his all conference honors in our relay events, and just did a great job. Placed at conference in the top 3 in the 50 freestyle. placed at state in all of his events and was top 6 in all the relays at state too. And so just did an absolute amazing job, had a great senior year. So we're really proud of him too. And then next I have Keegan. Keegan is our diver this year, did a great job. He earned all conference honors, all state honors. He was conference athlete of the meet along with Colin. They got to share that award, which was really cool to have two guys up there that did such a good job. Conference champion in 11 dives and holds the conference record. He was second place at state for 11 dives. Also holds the pool record for 11 dives and holds the team record for 11 dives now. So had an absolute amazing year in diving, and it's been just a pleasure having him on the team. And as you guys can notice, I have a lot of seniors this year. It's going to be hard to lose all of them. So, but I'm really proud of them. Done a great job. And the one that's always late. This is practice too. So we'll talk about Ashton. How's that? My my last senior, he made it on time. I'm proud. Ashton was also part of our relays that hold the school records, the conference records. Oh, I did forget. We do have a 200 freestyle team that also broke the pool record in the 200 freestyle. I did forget that one. So 4 of these boys were on that relay and did an amazing job. But Ashton was part of that. Again, was on the championship 400 freestyle relay, earned those all conference honors, did a great job at state, placed in both of his events, placed in conference in both of his events, and just did a fantastic job. So really proud of him too. And last is Mitchell Horn. And Mitchell is our young guy. He's a sophomore. And then Vance is our junior. So, and the rest of them are seniors. But Mitchell did a great job this year, was part of our relay teams. We couldn't have done them without him. Swam, had some fantastic swims at conference. He was in the top 6 in all of his events, part of those relays, part of the pool record relay. Went to state, and unfortunately, everybody else was getting over sick, and sickness was really hard this year. I don't know if all of you knew that, but it was tough. But he got to state and was sick, and we kind of had to change his events at the last minute. But he just really stepped in and did a great job being sick the whole weekend. And just stepped up and did amazing. And so really proud of him. Swims the 50. He swam the 50 and the 100 freestyle, placed in all of those events. And then of course, part of our relays, and earned those all conference honors. So just really proud of everything they've done. They've done a great job. And one of the things that we talked about in the girls season 2 is that we had to step back into 4A this year. And we took 6th this year, but we were not expected to be anywhere near that. And these guys were basically 18 points out of 3rd place. It was that close between 3rd and 6th place. And these guys were in the hunt the whole time. And we just fell really short at the end, and there was literally like 1 and 2 points between all the places. It was crazy. So it was just a really fun meet, and these guys did a great job, and just proud of them. So anyway, there's my team. Thank you. I need to say one more thing that has nothing to do with the boys. I apologize for this, but I want to definitely want to recognize my assistant coaches, that they've done a fantastic job this year. But I want to put out a special recognition for Coach Barker. He's been coaching for 40 years, and he officially resigned, and I'm very sad. But I just think I want to, say thank you. And 40 years is a long time, and I'm just super proud to have got to coach with him for as long as I've got to coach, which has been 30 years. And so I kind of feel like I'm losing my right arm, but he's finally retiring, and I just wanted to say, yeah, I finally let him retire. So I just wanted to say congratulations to him, and I hope for many years of fun, for him. So thanks.
Thank you, and thank you, Coach Barker. Next, we have recognition of all state indoor track participants. Coach Hanson.
Ooh, just came over from the concession stand. Good evening, Madam Chairman Castillion, Superintendent Manager, and Board of Trustees. Thank you for allowing the indoor track and field team to recognize our all-state athlete, Lily Allison, or Lillian Allison. Lily is in her actually third year of being all-state. She was all-state as a sophomore, junior, and a senior. She placed second in the shot put in the 4A division this year, now that we're back in 4A. Not only is Lillian a top scorer for our team, she is also a team captain for the indoor team. Being this is her senior year, we'll definitely miss her and her leadership, and a top performer. She scored a lot of points for us the last 4 years in indoor. Next year, Lily is moving on to be a student athlete at the University of South Dakota, which is a Division I track and field school. And thank you, Lily, and good luck at the next level.
Perfect.
Congratulations and good luck, Lily. Next, we have recognition of our all-state cheer team. Coach Smart.
I think they're going to do a cheer for us.
I don't know.
Are you guys all in yet? Scoot, keep scooting.
Uh-oh,
something
got the lights.
Keep coming.
Do a pyramid and all of that.
There you go. Just swing it around.
Marley, are you the last one? Okay. Good evening, Madam Chair Castillion, Superintendent Behringer, and Board of Trustees. Thank you for having us tonight as we recognize the incredible achievements of our all-state recipients and our state championship team. I'm Michaela Smart, and joined by my assistant coach, Jennifer Rocha. To begin, I'd like to acknowledge our all-state recipients, and they're over here behind me. These athletes participated in a live Zoom tryout in December, where they demonstrated their skills in stunting, tumbling, cheer, and dance. Their performances were scored using criteria similar to a state routine, making this a highly competitive and prestigious honor. This year, we are proud to recognize our senior, Ezra Romango, that is a two-time all-state recipient. Junior Jaylene Gallegos, two-time all-state recipient. Junior Juliet Peterson, two-time all-state recipient, and junior Brinley Burton, first-time all-state recipient. Earning all-state recognition is a testament to their hard work, perseverance, and passion for this sport. These athletes have dedicated countless hours to refining their skills, and we cannot be prouder of their accomplishments. And on January 24th, our team had the opportunity to compete at the WHSAA State Spirit Competition in Casper. This season was truly a building year for us, with a brand new group of athletes stepping into key roles and embracing the challenge of carrying on the program's tradition of excellence. And I'm incredibly proud to share that we brought home the 4A Game Day State Championship title. Game Day is a unique and exciting division that highlights the core of cheerleading, which is crowd leadership, energy, and execution. Unlike traditional competition routines, Game Day routines are designed to replicate what we do on the sidelines, engaging the crowd and leading in school spirit. Winning this title was not a small feat for us. With a new team and a fresh start, these athletes committed themselves to learning and growing and pushing through challenges. They faced highs and lows throughout the season and adjusted to changes and worked tirelessly to perfect their performance, and their ability to come together, trust the process, and showcase their skills on the biggest stage is a testament to their dedication and resilience. While a state championship is an incredible accomplishment, the journey to get there is what makes this team the most special. The lessons they've learned and the bonds they've formed and the obstacles they've overcome define what makes Wolves cheer. We are incredibly grateful for the continued support from the board and administration and community. Your encouragement allows our athletes to thrive, and we appreciate the opportunity to represent Green River at the highest level. Thank you again for having us tonight.
Thank you. Congratulations to all of you guys. This is always our favorite part. No cheer. Our last one is the recognition of our Love Local and Blood Drive, Miss Kalinsky. Oh.
Hello, Board of Trustees, Madam Chair, and Superintendent Behringer. My name is Hannah Davis. I am the Green River High School Student Body President. We are here today to tell you about our Love Local and Blood Drive weeks. This year, we had a phenomenal blood drive in January called I Bleed Green Blood Drive. During this week-long challenge, we competed with Rock Springs High School to see who can donate the most blood. During this time, many other councils throughout the state are also having blood drives and competing to win a state blood drive trophy.
Hello, everyone. I'm Haley Luth, and I'm the Student Body VP. This year, Green River came together to help, and we were able to raise to get 365 pints of blood, which is enough blood to save over 1,095 lives, which is really impressive. We also beat Rock Springs by 16 pints, so this was a record-breaking year for us, which was also allowed us to beat every other council in the state, making us state blood drive champions, if you will.
This year, instead of Make-A-Wish, I'm sure a lot of you know, we did a challenge called Love Local. It's where we raised money, but we kept it in the community instead of sending it off. This year, we chose unity over rivalry. Instead of competing, Green River High School and Rock Springs High School teamed up for one goal: to support our community. Together, we raised an incredible total of $28,172. Not for a trophy, not for bragging rights, but for the people in our community who needed it the most.
With that money, we were able to help over 15 families and organizations here in Green River and Rock Springs. One thing we learned while doing this is that tragedy never stops, but we are blessed to live in this community where we are constantly supporting our own. We want to thank you all and this district for your support of Love Local, and we are excited to help even more families and organizations next year.
Also during this fundraiser for Love Local, we raised an additional $4,000 to send to Make-A-Wish Wyoming because we still wanted to grant one wish. And we joined up with the First Lady, Jenny Gordon, who has started an organization called the Hunger Initiative, where they match any donation made to school lunch debt. So we have also donated $1,000 to that, and they are matching it. So we are giving $2,000 to our school lunch program to pay off the debt here in Sweetwater County. Thank you.
Thank you. Great job. It's always amazing how much we are able to raise in such a short amount of time. Next, we have Give Me a Break.
Last one of the year. And the winner is Ryan Baldwin, GRHS custodian. So I'll get a hold of the high school.
That sounds fun. Okay. Next, I need a motion to approve the agenda, and we do have some changes. We need to remove 4.05, permission to apply for the BOCES grants for the 25-26 school year. We also need to remove 4.06, permission to apply for the Williams grant, and then add 4.07, permission to apply for a BOCES grant for speech and debate. Also, we need to add 9.14, consider approval of calendar change for June 3rd. I think that's it. Can I get a motion to approve with changes?
I'll motion to approve the amended agenda as presented.
Motion to approve by Tom.
Second.
Second by Mandy. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. District goals and leadership activities. 5.01 is our report on the Granger meet and greet. We had quite a few of us able to go last night, and it was good to go out and see the building and talk with the teacher out there. Does anybody have anything to add?
Consent agenda items.
Oh, sorry. We'll go back. I need a motion to approve the consent agenda items.
So moved.
Moved by Mandy,
I second.
second by Tommy. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Okay, back to the Granger meet and greet. Does anybody have anything to add about it? We just want to thank you guys for having us out, and it was fun to go out there and see everybody. 5.02, we just a reminder that we have our interest-based negotiations on April 24th at 5 p.m. And for board members, if you haven't signed up yet, go ahead and sign up, and then we'll go over the options. And then 5.03 is just a reminder of Expedition Academy graduation on May 29th at 7 p.m. and Green River High School graduation on May 31st at 10 a.m. It's crazy. We're already at this time of year. It goes by quick. Okay. Moving on to 6.01, consider approval of certified retirement requests. Dr. Foos.
Thanks, Madam Chair Castilian, Superintendent Behringer, trustees. We don't have any retirements, so I'm going to go to 6.02 if you don't mind.
Yes. Thank you.
Certified resignations. Eureka Hill, first grade teacher at Truman Elementary, and Michaela Smart, kindergarten teacher, Monroe Elementary.
Thank you. I need a motion to approve.
I'll motion to approve.
Moved by Tom,
Second.
second by Dan. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to 6.03, consider approval of new certified contracts.
All right, the principals have done a nice job out there filling the open vacancies, and we're actually happy that we're getting a lot of qualified folks for our vacancies. So that's a good thing for SW2. But getting on with the list, Alex Bailey, counselor, Truman Elementary, Cammie Langley, PE teacher, Truman Elementary, Amy Williams, school nurse, Harrison Elementary, Aubrey Miller, sixth grade teacher, LMS, and Daisha Tucker, sixth grade teacher, LMS. Thanks for your consideration.
Great, thank you. I need a motion to approve.
I move to approve the new certified contracts.
Moved by Tommy,
Second.
second by Mandy. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, consider approval of 2025-26 certified contracts.
You can see the district master list up there of certified contracts. Thank you for your consideration.
Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Moved by Tom,
No second.
second by Michelle. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. And last one, consider approval of 2025-26 administrator contracts.
There's a list. Thank you for your consideration.
Thank you. I need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Moved by Mandy,
Second.
second by Dan. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. 7.01, we'll hear a presentation on student-led conferences at Truman Elementary. We have Mr. Fickinzer and some staff.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Superintendent Behringer and Board of Trustees. We have, is it going to work? Gotta love Mary. Okay. A number of years ago, actually, first, I want to introduce who we have with us tonight. Brittany Ryder and Stacia Terrell are second grade teachers, and we have Annie Stice and Stephanie Olivas, our fourth grade teachers, going to show a little bit about what we did in student-led conferences this year. So 5 years ago, we began some work working with our state standards and turning those into proficiency scales. And proficiency scales are the tool that we use at Truman to guide and direct our instruction to be open and clear with our students and our parents. So we began this work with the school wellness wheel. And with the school wellness wheel, it's built on 3 pivot points. One is trauma-informed schooling, culturally responsive instruction, and then mastery-based learning. And mastery-based learning really is, and this is we followed the Marzano framework in this, and this is Dr. Marzano's explanation of what the school wellness wheel is and how it can be integrated throughout a system. And so what we have looked at is personalized competency-based education. It also is known as mastery-based. So those two terms are often used interchangeably. And what it is, we take the state standards and we break them apart into the skills and content that need to be mastered by the students in the system. What that does is it allows us to clearly identify our learning targets and objectives, and then guide that instruction and work through the proficiency scales from a level 1 to a level 4. And as students grow, and we will show you some clips of what happens in the classroom, as students grow, they know exactly where they are. And we never say that they can't do something. What we say is they can't do it yet. And through the proficiency scales and through the work that we've done, what it does is it allows our intervention process, our special education teachers and support staff a guide to exactly what a student is working on. So if they need extra help, we know exactly where they are on the proficiency scale. We can send that specific skill or content objective with them to their interventions, or we talk to them, talk to the special education staff and say, this is where they're struggling and need a little bit more help. And through that, they always know that we're there to help them. They always know that they can depend on us to make the difference, to help them grow and learn. And what it means to Truman is, to be very honest, we've been struggling for the last number of years, and we cannot continue to do what we've done for the last few years and think that we're going to be successful. It's kind of the definition of insanity. So we had to change. And so we adjusted what we do using the proficiency scales, implementing them. And then those proficiency scales have a teacher form and then a student form. Everything that is on the teacher form is then converted into student-friendly language. So the kids actually know, this is exactly what I'm doing. This is exactly what I'm trying to master. Some teachers will use pre-tests and pre-assessments to make sure that they know which kids understand the concept before they start teaching, so that we're not wasting time with the entire class, and we can differentiate those groups of students to different areas, and we can help them grow at their pace rather than everybody learning the same thing at the same time, whether they need it or not, and then hoping that we catch the kids that are on the struggling end. And we always forget about those kids, not always, but oftentimes we'll forget about those kids on the high end. And so the level 3 is proficiency. Level 4 is that advanced. And when we're looking at a level 4, we're talking about things that kids can extrapolate from an instructional set that we didn't explicitly teach, but they figured it out, or they know it, or they've used their background knowledge, and then they can work towards that highest level. And then it ties to the WDE direction with the RIDE initiative. And that kind of guided us straight into student-led conferences. So when I first got to Truman this year, one of the things I said is, okay, our challenge is to implement our proficiency scales and have student-led conferences by March. And the glorious staff that they are, they met that challenge. This may not work now. Mary, did I break it already? It died. I talked too long and it died. There we go. Okay. Oh, nope. Go back one, Mary. I don't know what I did. Okay. So there we go. So the governor a number of years ago did a set of community engagement sessions. And with over 7,500 community members across the state, these are the things that they were trying to find out. What do we want our kids to know? And from this came the profile of a graduate. From this came a clear understanding of what parents want for their kids in the state. It is abundantly clear that we need to appreciate the uniqueness of each student and to promote the educational system centered on preparing each student for a productive and fulfilling future. And so By doing this, by looking at this and really tailoring our instruction to our students, that's how the proficiency scales work for us. Next one, Mary, please. Thank you. Mastery, Benjamin Bloom, any educator knows who Benjamin Bloom is, Bloom's taxonomy. And he said years ago that he believes that 95% of students can actually reach a high level of proficiency or mastery of content. And 5% are those students that have specific and unique needs that halt them and halt their growth towards mastery. So what that means is we have to change what we think about our students and how we deliver our instruction so that we can better meet the needs of each and every individual student and guide and instruct them in a way that best helps them to meet a level of mastery and success. Next one, there we go. This is just a list of the ways that we use mastery-based. Students are empowered. Assessment is meaningful because it's tied to the proficiency scales. Students receive timely and differentiated support. Progress is based on the evidence of mastery by the students. Strategies are varied and unique based on what the students need, and this is incredibly rigorous. But when you set a bar down here, the kids will get over it. But the great thing is when you set a bar up here, they'll get over that too. And that's what we believe. We believe that they can get that far. So this is the ways that we use it at this point. Lesson plannings, our PLC discussions, building intervention teams, and so on. And now it's second grade.
Thank you. I'm Brittany Ryder and I teach second grade at Truman. For the last 2 years, we've been working on the proficiency scales and we've been working on changing them or grouping them into student-friendly language. And so how we use them in the classroom is that we've been putting them in the student-friendly language so that the students can read them and they can understand the skill that they are currently working on. And then they can see their progression as they move up the scale. We've seen a big change this year with it, and the kids are excited to see, and they're excited to open their binders that they have them in, and they can see where they're going in the scale, and they get to mark off, and they get really excited as they move up. So that is a big change that we've seen this year. And then it's showing how their successes. They get to celebrate every time as they get higher. And then it shows where they need to work on, like their areas of improvement. So then they can work on those skills, make goals, and then find ways to get to mastery. We're also working on so that we can see how we can differentiate for those students and how we can make interventions better for them as they are going up the scale. So I'm going to lead it to Stacia that she's going to tell us more about how we use it every day in our classroom too.
So can you change the slide?
Yes.
Please. Okay, so now once the kids have the proficiency scales in their own binder, we decided to make a slideshow so that they can see the skills that they're working on along with an I can statement. So we highlighted the 3. This one has 2 parts, but that was the one that we were going to be working on. And then we also highlighted all of the 2s that we would be working on that day. And our kids know that the 2s are stepping stones to get to that 3. And so some of those 2s have to be crossed off before we can get to that 3. And so they get excited about that. And then when they have proved that they have mastered a skill, whether it's a 2, a 3, or a 4, they get to physically go check it off in their binder. And that makes them so excited. And then this also helps Brittany and I form groups for math interventions because every child is getting to work on a skill at their level, all the way from a 2 to a 4. And then would you change one more slide, please? Okay, so with the I can statements in the slideshow, we had the kids repeat them at first. They were not engaged. They were very bored. They did not want to do this with us. And so I love a teaching practice. It's called whole brain teaching. And it's when kids use lots of movements and actions to learn a concept. And so we incorporated this practice into our I can statements. And now the kids love it so much, they won't let us forget what we're doing.
We have to do it every day, all the time. And they sit there and practice. It's so funny. And then at the very bottom, I will just show you, this is my class doing this I can statement. Boys and girls, what are we gonna learn today?
Okay, you have to be here with me. We share a brain, so we have to be here together. One thing that we do in fourth grade, we meet with the kids individually daily. As they are finishing their work, we ask them how they feel about where they are at the scale. So they do a self rating every single day. It's really fun because sometimes they're like, you know, Mrs. Stice, I'm not quite at my goal. So I'm a 2, but I know I'm going to be there when I get to a 3. It provides us with immediate feedback, and it also provides the kids with that too. If they say they're a 1 or a 2, then we can ask them like, what do you need from us? What would you like us to do? And then we have that conversation with them all the time. And then with our student-led conferences, it's really fun. So you can do that part.
We were honestly shocked at how honest the kids were with their student-led conferences. They were very self-reflective. They were telling parents, you know, I'm still a 2, but I know that I can be a 3 very soon. And these are the steps that I need to take to get there. And I think we were both blown away at how honest they were and very self-reflective. So the video. Oh, yeah. So this is just an example of,
Can
you know,
you explain these scales to us?
Yeah. Right here is a paper. If there's different words on them to see what skill you can master. And if there's a check mark on it, then you fully mastered the skill.
Where do you usually start?
You usually start at like a 1, but after like a couple of days you get to a 3 or 2 or 5 or a 4.
What does a 3 mean?
A 3 means you fully mastered it and you don't need any help.
What does a 4 mean?
4 means you fully mastered it and you could teach someone else.
Great job. Thanks, Benji.
So it just kind of reinforces that learning continuum. It's never ending. And even if you're a 3, you can still push yourself to be a 4. So
I'll add something too. It's really kind of cool to see though, because like on day 1, I'm a 1 and they're okay with that. Like they're okay being a 1 because they know that that's not where they're always going to be. So they'll always say, I'm a 1, but tomorrow I could be a 3. So.
Okay, and this year we've also
Benji, can you explain
taken the proficiency scales and pushed them into music, art, and we're working on PE next year. So we have proficiency scales from junior kinder all the way through 5th grade and through our specials. So do you have any questions?
How often do you have that one-on-one with the, for self-evaluation? Like once a week, do you?
oh, every day. Yeah.
Every day?
Every day. Yeah.
So you meet with each kid every day? How far out?
It's very quick, very
Yeah.
fast.
Oh.
Just a quick check.
Any other questions?
Very neat.
Yeah.
It's exciting to see them get excited to want to move. Like it pushes them. So
Well, and gives them.
very good job.
We know about goal setting, and it's so important to set good goals, whether you're a child or you're an adult. I mean, we get a great opportunity to do that. So
Great job.
okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, we have no bid request items this time. So we'll move on to 9.01, consider approval of GREA negotiation signature sheets. Christy Borchard.
That is a mouthful.
That is a
Superintendent
mouthful.
Berenger, Chairwoman Castillion, and board members, thank you once again for allowing us to participate in interest-based negotiation We are truly blessed as a district to have that opportunity. Not everyone in Wyoming gets that. GRA was able to gather 399 signatures this year, which is 80%. So I'll hand these over to you, and we are ready and welcome to negotiate on behalf of all of our members in our district.
Thank you. Thank you.
We need a motion to approve that.
Oh, yes, I need a motion to approve the GREA negotiation signature sheets.
I'll motion to approve as presented by Ms. Borchert.
Moved by Tom,
A second.
second by Michelle. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. We'll see you at the end of the month. 9.02, consider approval of GRHS Theater monetary request to attend the International Thespian Festival. Mr. Skinner.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Superintendent, and trustees. So we'll make this quick for you. So back in December, we had our students that received all-state recognition at the Wyoming State Thespian Festival. We had 11 of those students that were of that highest percentage within the state that are going to be attending the International Thespian Festival. At that time, they began fundraising for the roughly $2,000 per student that it costs to attend that. That includes room, board, transportation, airfare, registration for the event. We actually have our next fundraiser is this weekend that those students are doing. We have our drama boot camp where we invite all of our elementary age students in the district to come and learn about theater. And then the students help direct that. And then they put on a play for the public, which will be at 3 p.m. this Saturday. It's free if anybody wants to come and watch these little kids perform. Just a wonderful, fun opportunity. And we have a couple more fundraisers that we're doing throughout the remainder of the school year. So any additional funding that we could get from the board is always welcome and appreciated. And we thank you for your time.
Thank you. Any?
Yes.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just wondering what Hades Town, what's that theme?
So Hadestown was our musical that we performed and we closed it just before spring break. It was well received from the public. It was a great show, fantastic musical, and just we were able to do a lot of fun stuff. So it's based on Greek mythology, but set in 1930s New Orleans. So it features a lot of jazz music. So shout out to Mr. Kalinsky and Daniel Forbush for the work that they do in teaching our students about jazz, because it turned out great.
I'm sorry I missed it, but I guess the Hades part is what drew my attention. Good play.
Mr. Skinner, is there 11 or 12 kids?
We have 11 students that are signed up.
Okay.
So, Mr. Skinner, first of all, I'm glad to see the thespian group taken off because it's an important piece of what we do at the high school, but I just have a couple of questions.
Please, by all means.
And the reason I'm asking questions of this group and the next group is because we've never run out of money in board discretionary funds, but here we are. So we've had a lot of groups come to us. So I just have a couple of questions that I want to make sure I clarify. Students don't have to qualify for this event from what I read about the event. Is that right?
They don't have to. Students can go if they're just participating. They're doing the workshops, they're seeing the shows, but all 11 of our students have qualified and will be performing and competing at this event.
Okay, so there's a performance and a competition at the event. Okay,
Yeah.
well, that was another question. And then of the 11 students, how many of them are current students at District 2?
All 11.
Okay, all 11. Preston Bartlett?
So that one shouldn't be on that list.
Yeah, I don't think any of them are.
Yeah,
I don't think we.
If we need to, I will double check, make sure I send an updated list because I must have missed
I
something.
just saw a couple names that were there
Yeah.
when I was teaching, and I've been retired for about 4 years, so.
No, I will make sure I send an updated list for you because that is
No,
definitely
I don't think you
outdated.
need to do that. So I'm gonna make a recommendation.
Okay.
That we fund $175. That's what we've done in the past. And $100 towards registration for current Sweetwater District 2 students, which would be a total of $275 per student.
That would be wonderful.
Mr. Skinner, you could
Yes.
send me those the names that should be on there and
Will
I'll
do.
I'll get them to the board.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so with that, that totals $3,025. Can I get a motion to approve the request for $3,025 that will fund 11 students?
Yeah, so moved.
Moved by Tom,
Second.
second by Mandy. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
I just want to make it clear in case you bug out, but we're actually out of funds to fund these two programs. We're taking it out of board travel funds in order to accommodate these.
We greatly
Those are
appreciate it.
important programs, just
Thank you.
so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Next, we have consider approval of GRHS, speech and debate monetary request for nationals. Mr. Morrell. Oh, here. it comes.
I actually have some of my national qualifiers with me, so I'd like them to come up here with me and hold me in case I pass out. So this year we had 12 qualifiers for the national tournament that will take place in Des Moines, Iowa, June 22nd through the June the dates just left me, 15th through the 21st. There we go. And so we were just coming to see if we could get some funds to help cover for that. And also, I have invites for all of you guys to come to our showcase showing some of the national qualifiers. So
Thank you.
so that is going to be one of our fundraising things that we're going to do on April 22nd. So at the high school, it's free for everybody to attend, and we'll show some of the things that we do, because I don't think a lot of people really understand what speech and debate really is. So we will have debates, we'll have interpretations, and we'll have some platform event too. So
Great, thank you. Does anyone have any questions?
No, we had 12 participants, right? They're all qualifiers? Is
they're
that
all
correct?
qualifiers. Yes, sir.
So I'll make the motion then to we offer $175 per student and $100 towards a registration fee for $275 for 12 students.
Perfect. So that's a motion made by Tom, which equals $3,300. Do I have a second?
I do.
Second by Michelle. Any other discussion? My only other comment is I just would recommend that the board in a workshop that we work out just some criteria for future board discretionary funds so that we have set standards so everybody's treated the same. But
we are officially out of money.
And we are officially out of money so for the year. So thank you. And I'm glad that we have everybody doing so many things that we ran out of money. But can I get a motion or no discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Good luck
Thank
to you
you.
all.
Good luck.
Okay. 9.04, consider approval of the revision to policy CB. Dr. Foos, third reading.
Thanks, Madam Chair, Superintendent Behringer, trustees. We had a handful of questions that we dealt with at the last Super 8 meeting, but no changes to the third reading policies. So I'll just, if I may, Madam Chair, I'll just go ahead. 9.04, your consideration for a third reading on CB, school superintendent.
Can I get a motion to approve the revision of policy CB, school superintendent?
I'll motion to approve policy CB. School
Moved by Tom,
Second.
second by Mandy. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, 9.05, consider approval for CBA, superintendent of schools.
Can I get a motion to approve?
I'll motion to approve 9.05 CBA.
Moved by Mandy,
Second.
second by Dan. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. 9.06, approval for policy third reading, CBG, evaluation of the superintendent.
Can I get a motion to approve revision to policy CBG, evaluation of the superintendent?
I move to approve policy CBG.
Moved by Tommy,
Second.
second by Tom. Any discussion? All in favor? Oh, wait.
Aye.
Thank you.
Is there
Yeah.
a rubric or anything? I was just, when I would look through this, it's like, for us to follow to.
So the Wyoming School Boards Association has a template that the
Okay.
board uses. I can share
I
it
will,
with you.
yeah, I'll
Okay.
come in. Yeah,
Like,
thanks. Sorry.
I'll share
You.
Yeah.
on Friday.
Okay,
Good.
perfect.
Thanks.
Yeah, a few years ago, Michelle, the board worked on a few different options for the superintendent and evaluation. It was about 6, I think, Madam Chair, and the board selected one, and that's the tool they've been using ever since. And so Craig does have a copy of that.
Yeah.
So does Mary, actually. Mary, you have both that were options to the state. She has the one that the board chose to use, so she can get that out to you.
Thank you.
Okay, 9.07, consider approval for the third reading, CCB, line and staff relations.
Can I get a motion to approve the revision to policy CCB, line and staff relations?
I'll motion to approve CCB.
Moved by Mandy,
I second.
second by Tommy. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. 9.08, approval for third reading on policy CF, school building administration.
I'll motion to approve policy CF, school building administration.
Moved by Tom,
Second.
second by Dan. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
All right, 9.09, approval for third reading, CHCA, approval of handbooks and directives, third reading.
I'll motion to approve CHCA.
Moved by Mandy,
A second.
second by Michelle. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
9.10, consider approval for CA, administration goals and priority objectives.
I move to approve policy CA.
Moved by Tommy,
Second.
second by Tom. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. 9.11, approval for CBD, superintendent's contract, third reading.
Can I get a motion to approve CBD superintendent's contract?
I'll make a motion to approve policy CBD.
Moved by Dan,
Second.
second by Mandy. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
9.12, third reading approval for CBJ, superintendent's termination of employment.
A motion to approve policy CBJ, superintendent termination of employment.
I second.
Tom, second by Tommy. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
9.13, consider approval for the new policy CFB, evaluation of administrators other than the superintendent.
I'll motion to approve CFB.
Second.
By Mandy, second by Dan. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank
Thank you.
Christy, I'd like to thank you and your team for the Super 8 work that we did this year, and we'll be resuming that next fall with the next group of audit policies that we're going to look at. And Mary, thanks for your hard work also. Really appreciate it. So.
Thank you. Next, we have 9.14, consider approval of calendar change for June 3rd.
Chairman Castilian and board, we found this at a recent meeting. Someone pointed out that we had scheduled for a full day on June 3rd, 2025. We would like to move that to a half a student day, with the exception of Expedition Academy. I've met with Principal Obrey, and he has a plan for that afternoon. Their hours would not meet the minimum threshold. But I think if our teachers had to have the kids the full day, the last day, we would have a special meeting on June 4th to figure out why we let that one slip by. So
Well, I appreciate that being brought to our attention. Can I get a motion to approve the calendar changes for June 3rd?
So moved.
Moved by Mandy,
I'll second it.
second by Michelle. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. We will go ahead with board and superintendent comments. Let's start with Tom.
Okay. Well, last month I extended congratulations to Clint Landon and our cheer squad because they had just competed, but hats off to them again. We have amazing sponsors. I mean, you saw them tonight, Clint, Colleen, Lori wasn't here, but Michaela and Marissa is amazing. But hats off to them. It's extra duty stuff, but we have good programs and it's very important. One of those programs, track meet tomorrow, is that right? So we have track meet tomorrow at the stadium, unless it snows, right? Well, I'll just.
Even then, be prepared.
Lastly, hats off to Rick Barker. I mean, 40 years. He's done an amazing job. Well, we've won a lot of state championships in the last few years, and he's been an integral part of that. So he's an amazing coach. He's an amazing person, and sad to see him go.
Thank you. Michelle.
Again, I just so impressed with the coaches and the students that we have here. Really impressed with what Truman is doing. I want to come watch if I can. Yeah. And but I just reiterate what Tom said. What a great district. We're not perfect, but we are pretty darn good. So thank you.
Thank you. Tommy?
Congratulations to the student athletes. It's great to see them in here and recognize their achievements, all state and all conference. Love local, great thing. So that was good to see. Thanks for the presentation from Truman. Sounds like a lot of work is happening. And then to the teams going to nationals, that's awesome to see. What an accomplishment for those students. We got some activities coming up. I got to give a shout out to FFA as they head off to state today.
I'll echo what everyone said. I know we're on our final push to the end of the year. So if there's anything that you guys need from us, please let us know. I know the kids are getting antsy as the teachers are getting antsy. So hang in there. We're almost there. And good job on all the athletes. It's special to my heart because I was an athlete. So it's neat to see these guys come up through the ranks. The blood drive gives me goosebumps to see how many people we help in our community. So we do have a great district. Let's finish strong to the end of the year and holler if you guys need something.
Dan?
Well, I'm glad going last. I can just say I echo everybody. Our athletes are awesome. We do a good job. Even our coaches, I mean, they help put everything together, get everything done. Rachel, with you and getting everybody moved around this state, it's pretty impressive. I'm sad to see some of the staff that's leaving, but I'm glad to see some of the new staff coming. Let's show them the Sweetwater way and love our community, love our district. That's all I gotta say.
Thank you. Craig?
I will just follow up. Right now, we have our participation rates in, and this is not counting National Honor Society, Student Council, some of the after-school programs. Lincoln Middle School has, for the first time, over 100% participation rate. That means and we don't offer as many activities there. So when you talk about coaches, we've got people at that middle school level that are getting kids out and keeping them active. At the high school level right now, we're at about 140% participation rate, and we still have a few sports coming in that way. So our kids are very active and our adults are very active with those kids. So that's really the cool thing, is we have lots of opportunities for kids beyond athletics. So I do want to say, Mary and I went out to McKinnon yesterday, and the Hope, Danny Dieters brought the Hope Squad out to work with the McKinnon kids on being kind and being understanding of other people. Though our high school girls did an outstanding job. The activities they did, the clay work they did, the work in groups. It was really cool to see, wasn't it, Mary? And so hopefully we'll get them in some of our elementary schools. Sophie Arnold, who was up here, was one of them that led that. And she is a very good communicator of information. So turn it over to you.
Okay. I just wanted to thank Anne Marie and Dr. Demeray. I know we had some questions about our curriculum raised, and they've spent a lot of time getting those answers. And there's not even answers for all of the answer of the questions that we have, because I think there's just not. But they've done a great job, and so thank you for following up on that. Good luck to the kids and teachers as we enter YTOP testing season, and good luck. And I just wanted to thank all of the board members. We spent a lot of hours here in March, and for everyone that helped us, we really appreciate everything everyone does. And with that, we will go ahead and adjourn our meeting.